painting or something, but we really couldn't afford that. So we just thought we'd take a little tag board there, and we would help this too. She donated some of the pictures, and I think you'll like that. You know, we promised us a little more money when we were playing here. Maybe it could have been a little better. Too bad. Oh. There's one now. We got more money. So maybe we can unveil something else that. Now he's the one that did the painting, and what we'd like to do is have prints made, and hopefully for a fundraiser.
This is about the nicest thing that ever happened to me in my career. This picture. I just covered 41 years right there. I'm overwhelmed with that. Thank you so much. I'd talk to the alumni, families, friends of Bemidji State University, and myself and Lou. I don't want to speak about me, I want to speak about the boys, and then that played, and then the wore the green and white. Because we wouldn't be here today playing the hockey we are playing today without you. Players win the games and the championships, and the coaches get the credit. I know. It's been said that a man that doesn't have tears doesn't have a heart. I can tell you, I've got a heart. And so many wonderful things have happened to me with my players. I go home after games, and I'm up till 1:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock, getting things over in my head. Didn't have videotape in those days. Had to try to figure it out. And how wonderful the play was, the individuals, and how grateful I was to those players and the team, how they go out and play together. There's 6 Beavers that are in the eternal light right now. I cannot forget them. Dennis Lemieux, Phil Dupuy, Galen Nagel, John Murphy, Terry Delmonte, and the gentleman by the name of Jim Thompson, who played for Dr. Vic Weber, who's coached before me. He was coached with me. I pray for them every night, and all of you players too. As far as Sue Ginger is concerned, the highest rank you give in the military is a 5-star general. You've got her, sweetheart. You've got 5 stars. As far as my players are concerned, I told them many times, boys, you can't hoot with the owls in the evening and fly with the eagles in the morning unless you're playing against a bunch of turkeys. I was watching them in here last night, and they still haven't picked up on that. By the way, such a nice turnout today. I think it's due to Tom Sartori. He wanted to make sure we had plenty of witnesses to make sure I leave. Special note to Tom Richard, our faculty rep. Receives no compensation for that. Each year I call him up and say, I'm going to give you a 100% increase in your fee this year. And to Dr. Don Churchill, who was with him before for 12 years, and Tom and I for 23. I'd like to mention Dr. Vic Weber, 1959, resurrected the program. I've been around university long enough to know that things happen because somebody cared. Somebody said, I'll do it. And if that somebody doesn't step up and do it, it goes. It slides away. And many things don't come back. And to you, Vic, Thank you. Thank you so much for Beaver Hockey. One of the first things I did is I really enjoy the history is to go back and find the old-timers players, and the two oldest ones are here today, Bill Howe and John Hemkovic, back in the 40s. So we stretch from the 40s to the 2000s. And that's what Beaver Hockey is really all about. And that's why we're strong and tough, because of that. I'd like to mention Dr. Harry Bangsberg, because he's the one that convinced me to come here. What a charismatic person he was. And we talked about all the things that happened, he wanted to have happen, and they all did, including going to Division I, players on the national team, on the Olympic team, players that would become great coaches in the state of Minnesota. And by the way, the winningest coach in Minnesota high school hockey history is a graduate of BSU, Tom Satterdahl, and Tom played for Dr. Dick Weber. It's a bit before my time, and I'm really proud to talk about that. It shows that we're a player. This university is a player in the wonderful world of hockey. And what Harry Bangsberg said to me is hockey is part of our culture, and I think that one statement just got me. That was it. We were on the same page. I decided to come. Of course, it didn't hurt when he said to me, we'll pay you anything the University of North Dakota will pay you to keep you. And now he really had my attention. We're in Division I today because of the players. What you did. Had you not been so good and so productive, there would have been no reason for this university to say in March of 1998, when Dr. Benson said, we're going Division I. Because the answer was one, or we're going out. Because we couldn't play Division II anymore, and they wouldn't let us play in Division III. And that was a great day. And the thing he said also, that put Bemidji in the forefront, as the leader that we always have been, he said, and we're going to have Division I women's hockey. Wow. Did that go across the state? And was that a message? Thank you, President Jim. It was a bold move. It was, I will say, it was the right move. These boys, these young men here that played for me, and I always harken back to what they looked like when they were 18, 19, 20, Jude's case, 26, 27. This is what they've accomplished. 27 postseason appearances. They've won 13 national championships. We played 5 overtime games in national championship play, and we won every friggin' one of them. I go back and say, that hard work, those down-the-backs you heard them talk about, and I had their butts out there behind the golf course going on that 20-mile run. They cussed me. I always had this opinion. Unless they were calling me a rotten SOB 15, 20 times a year, I wasn't doing my job. They're great athletes, these young people. They just have to be challenged, and that's what I was doing. I would tell them many times that practice and discipline is like religion. You have to take it when you don't want it, so you'll have it when you need it. And in those overtime games, that was not an accident. 5 times we won. We had 15 conference titles. And some other highlights that just, to this day, I look at it and think about it and say, oh, how blessed I was and how great these people were. 34 straight wins, 68, 69, 69, 70. We went over to North Dakota. They beat us the first night. We whacked them the second night. Didn't we, Ron? We got it. Denny Schuler won the fisticuffs that night. And then they beat us. We went on to another goodly number of games. We had 43 straight in 83, 84, 84, 85, that season. We had an undefeated, untied season in 83, 84. Won 31 games. Most games won by an undefeated team in United States college hockey history. And by the way, it goes back to 104 years. So there's Bemidji State University up in front again. Other proud moments, I think that linked us together. Vance is at the Zamboni. You could send.
You go see if that's ours. Yep, it is. Longer. Time to go home. Time to go home.
All right. We were to talk today about tradition, and that is true. Tradition is lasting victory, and tradition never graduates. Scott Curry, who messed up my Zamboni, when he graduated that senior year, he was very emotional about it because he was all done. I tried to point out to him all the great things that happened to him in 4 years. And he listened, and he said to me, "But you never graduate, Coach." And today I have. Other great things and people, things I remember. Our opponents used to say you were lucky. Luck favors those who are best prepared. I wish I said it, but I didn't. And we did be prepared. And many times we went up against people who were older than we were, and yes, cases where they had more experience and more talent. And these boys came through because they played like a team. As Babe Ruth said, it doesn't matter how much talent you have, if they won't play like a team, they aren't worth a nickel. We got these boys to play like a team. And those colors, the green and white, what a link for me. Montreal Canadiens have a saying. It's La Sainte Flanelle, and it means the holy cloth. And that's what the green and white means to me. And over the years, I've seen my old school, and I love them dearly over here west, North Dakota. They put black in a uniform, and it broke my heart. It's green and it's white. Now, there are 5 great franchises in all of professional sports. Montreal Canadiens, Chicago Bears, Boston Celtics, New York Yankees, and I am missing one. I'll call them the Beavers, but they've never changed their colors. They never changed their name. And that's how I feel about tradition. Other proud moments when Brian Grant and Charlie Brown and Jimmy McElmurray played for us and the U.S. national team at the same time in 69-70 was I strutting around then. At home, I wouldn't do it in public. I just love it when the boys pull on the red, white, and blue. We have had 6 Olympians, 5 Americans, and 1 Canadian, and wouldn't you know, the Canadian boy made it in the baseball team for Canada. And our 5 Olympians, of course, were in hockey. And Charlie Brown and Jimmy Mack were in the 1972 U.S. Olympic team that won the silver medal. And Blaine Comstock and Gary Ross were on the 76 Olympic team. And Joel Otto on the 98 team. God, those were great days for me. I'd watch them on TV. I tell you, the tears just rolled down my eyes. How proud I was of them. And there were others, many others who played on national teams over the years. And this is a favorite of mine, Al Matthew. Came to us from a little town over there, Aurora Lakes. Am I right about that?
Babbitt, Minnesota.
No. Babbitt. The rabbit from Babbitt. That's, pardon me. Close enough. Range. And in his freshman year, he did quite well for us, but he became ill and just couldn't play hockey anymore. So he went on to become the trainer. And it was so great to see him be a trainer for the U.S. national team. I had a picture up in the cabinet of he and Gary Sargent and Charlie Brown and Blaine Comstock, I believe it's Switzerland. Al went on to be the trainer of the St. Louis Blues where he met his wife Susie. That really, that's close up to me right in here. It felt good to see that. And of course, we have Brian Grant, who scored more points per game than any player in our history. And he had the puck. He was one of these players, when he had the puck, you came right out of your seat. You're just like, what's going to happen? Marvelous hockey player, marvelous leader. The story I like about him was we were given Lake Superior State and Ron Mason a what for. By the way, he started hating me in 1966 when after 3 days of practice outdoors, we went over to their place in Sault Ste. Marie. They'd been practicing for a month and a half and we beat them. And that started it. We beat them in overtime for the national championship in '68. We beat them in their own rink in '69. And in 1970, when those three boys I told you about that played for us in the U.S. national team were over in Europe winning the tournament for the USA so they could get back in the Olympics, they missed the first game, landed that night, and to play the next night against Lake Superior State for the championship. One of the players on the team was telling me Coach Mason was just cussing. He was hoping that airplane wouldn't make it. And we won there. Just a great hockey player. And there was a fellow by the name of Kenny Anderson we called Esteban Andy. We would win a game 14-2 and he wouldn't get a point. But we played the tough ones, like Lake Superior State, had goal, 2 assists, that type of thing. Tough hockey player. And Mike Alexander set the all-time scoring record for the Beavers. The old redhead right over here. Some mention was made about a Rhodes Scholar. Mike, don't fill out any papers. In 1986, when Bucky Lescarbo scored with 4 seconds left to tie the game. Remember the puck came over the blue line, out of their blue line, and looked up. It was 12 seconds left, and I said, "We're done." Son of a gun. There's a big jam up in front of their net in the crease, and the puck could only go one place, and it was straight up. That's where Bucky put it. And about 5, 6, 7 minutes into overtime, his brother